bad blood. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Unique New York, unique New York, unique New York. Toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat, toy boat. 11 benevolent elephants. 11 benevolent elephants. 11 benevolent elephants. The black bug bled black blood. The black bug bled black blood. The black bug bled black blood. I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit. I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit. I am a thistle sifter. I have 7 sieves of unsifted thistles, and 7 sieves of sifted thistles, for I am a thistle sifter. Amidst the mists of fiercest frosts, with barest wrists and stoutest boasts, he thrusts his fists against the post, and still insists he sees the ghost. Oh, what to do tonight today, at a minute or two to two, a thing distinctly hard to say, but harder still to do, for they'll beat a tattoo at 20 to 2, a rat-a-tat-tat and a tat-a-tattoo, and the dragon will come when he hears the drum, at a minute or two to two today, at a minute or two to two. She stood on the balcony, inexplicably mimicking him hiccuping, and amicably welcoming her in. She stood on the balcony, inexplicably mimicking him hiccuping, and amicably welcoming him in. 1 hen, 2 ducks, 3 squawking geese, 4 corpulent porpoises, 5 limerick oysters, 6 pairs of Don Alfonso's tweezers, 7,000 Macedonian warriors in full battle array, 8 brass monkeys from the ancient sacred crypts of Egypt, 9 apathetic, diabetic, sympathetic old men on roller skates with a marked propensity for procrastination and sloth. All right, I think it's magic time. Here we go. Heck, we'll just go. Good morning, my friends, and welcome to Johnny Millwater's Happy Place. I'm your host, Johnny Millwater. I hope everybody's feeling healthy, happy, rich, and pretty. I certainly am. I've had a great week, and I hope you have too. I know times are scary right now. That's why I'm glad that we're here, spend a little time together, see if I can cheer you up. I've got a whole lot of things picked out, all kinds of fun poems and songs and monologues and stuff like that, that'll hopefully give you a little bit of kick as we go into this very stressful coming week. Let's go to the chat. We'll tell you all about it. Look at that. We got a new thing that says chat. That's exciting. Thanks, AI. There's just me so far. All right, good deal, good deal. Everything's working properly. Here's how it works, my friends. I talk to the chat. You say whatever you want over here. You type it up. I say hello, and I answer. If there's nobody in the chat, I got a plan too. I have a wheel. I spin the wheel, and the wheel will tell me what to do next. I've got all kinds of fun things to do. I got monologues, songs, poems, little bits of Shakespeare, you name it. If it can be performed, I've got a little taste of it in the big show today. So why don't we get started? It looks like it's just me here in the chat so far. So let's begin. Why don't we spin the wheel and see what comes up first? I feel lucky. Dad jokes. All right, then, let us go to the dad jokes. Meet me there. Graphics now. I'm pretty excited about it. That's me down here. Come 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 here. All right. All right. You know, I told a chemistry joke once, but it got a bad reaction. That's fun. Another one? All right. If you insist. Let's do, why do cows go to Hollywood? So they can be in the movies. Movies. Because they're cows. We have fun. Let's spin the wheel. Nice. Monologue. Meet me in the theater, please. Huh? Nice, right? I love the upgrades. I feel like I've accomplished something. All right, then. I got a couple of monologues picked out for you, and I think the one you'll like the most. I'm going to save this because it's empty right now. This is a request from a friend on Tickety Talk. He wanted to hear something by Cormac McCarthy. Specifically, it is the judge's monologue on war. It's a very specific acting choice, a total sociopath. I hope I can do it justice. This is from Chapter 17 of Cormac McCarthy's novel, Blood Meridian. Makes no difference what men think of war. War endures. As well men what they... Let me try again. Makes no difference what men think of war. War endures. As well ask men what they think of stone. War was always here. Before man was, war waited for him. The ultimate trade awaiting its ultimate practitioner. That is the way it was and will be. That way and not some other way. Davy, it's your own trade we honor here. Why not rather take a small bow? Let each acknowledge each. War. War is your trade, is it not? Mine too. And why not? Very much so. All other trades are contained within that of war. Is that why war endures? No. It endures because young men love it, and old men love it in them. Those that fought, those that did not. Men are born for games, nothing else. Every child knows that play is nobler than work. He knows, too, that the worth or merit of a game is not inherent in the game itself, but rather in the value of that which is put at hazard. Games of sport involve the skill and strength of the opponents and the humiliation of defeat and the pride of victory are themselves sufficient stake because they are inherent in the worth of the principles that define them. But trial of chance or trial of worth, all games aspire to the condition of war. For here, that which is wagered swallows up game, player, all. Suppose two men at cards with nothing to wager save their lives. Who's not heard such a tale? A turn of the card. The whole universe for such a player has labored, clanking, to this moment which will tell if he is to die at that man's hand or that man at his. What more certain validation of a man's worth could there be? This enhancement of the game to its ultimate state admits no argument concerning the notion of fate. The selection of one man over another is a preference absolute and irrevocable, and it is a dull man indeed who could reckon so profound a decision without agency or significance either one. In such games as have for their stake the annihilation of the defeated, the decisions are quite clear. This man, holding this particular arrangement of cards in his hand, is thereby removed from existence. The nature of war, whose stake is at once the game and the authority and the justification. Seen so, war is the truest form of divination. It is the testing of one's will and the will of another man, and that larger will, which because it binds them is therefore forced to select. War is the ultimate game, because war is at last a forcing of the unity of existence. War is God. Whew. Cormac McCarthy, everybody. How about him? Doesn't do much better than that. See if I can turn this off. All right, that's off. Good. Back, see if there's anybody in the room. Hey, Shayna's here. Yay, let's go chat. Now we'll do it right here. All right, Shayna has arrived. How are you? I am feeling healthy, happy, rich, and pretty. I'm not sad, poor, unhealthy, and ugly. I'm none of those things. I'm feeling pretty great, actually. I had a nice week. I'm excited about the upcoming week, getting through it. I'm hoping that next week is even better than this week. But I'm excited either way. We're on an adventure, you and me. How are you doing, Shayna? How's your week been? I missed you. Just so you know, that last monologue was by Cormac McCarthy. It is from Blood Meridian, and I thought it was pretty cool. It's a request. Oh, the show on Friday. Thank you so much for asking. Yeah, that's a Roses and Thorns thing. I wish you could have been there. First of all, the room is awesome. If you have a chance to see one of those shows at the Bootleg Room at the Wagon Road Brewery, I highly recommend you do so because the room is beautiful. Beautiful brick, high ceilings, chandeliers, really, really nice bar in the back. They play Dixieland jazz music over the loudspeakers, so it feels like a speakeasy before the show. I enjoyed that a whole lot. Let's see. It was myself. It was Oli, who I'm not sure you've met yet, Oli Cuevas. She's fantastic. It was Mitchell Schultz, who I know you know, and Jason Allen King, of course, was the host. We only had 8 people show up during the show, and then 2 of them left about halfway through my set, just because the babysitter was waiting on them. So with 6 people, just 3 couples, 2 boy-girl couples and 1 girl-girl couple, it was a blast. I had a really, really good time. I don't know if I killed. I did my whole 45 minutes, which was what I was judging myself by. I proved to Jason, I think, that I can do whatever needs to be done, even in the toughest situations. And, of course, I get to see him perform, which is a joy. And I got to give Oli a hug and watch her magic, and that's a joy. And Mitchell, I get to hang out with him a little bit. It was a great show. I wish more people could have seen it. Kind of legendary. Was Jason. Oh, he's the best. Jason's always great. Jason did Tight 10, the same set for 5 people as there would be for 500. He's a total pro. Couldn't tell the difference in his performance. He's the greatest. Gonna have lunch next week, I hope, if all goes well. And it was a great show, so there you go. How about you? You saw a whole bunch of shows. Why don't you tell us about that? Tell me a little bit about the big, for the folks at home who might be watching this on YouTube later on, Shayna is a big supporter of the Queen City Comedy Experience. I think I saw you post 5, 6 different shows this week. Always a great supporter of comedy in the area, and I'm curious what you enjoyed, what stuck out in your mind. I got to see you, of course, last Sunday or it might have been Saturday, I don't know, at the bingo. I'm very excited because I got to go see the Lauren Ansley bingo. I'm a huge Lauren Ansley fan, and I'm working on Joyful Noise. As you know, it's my positive, joyful comedy show, and I don't know how to market it, and the only person I know who knows about marketing is Lauren. I have asked her to come and sit with us at the table here at the Comedy Zone for the Joyful Noise meeting later on today, and she's going to come and give us advice. So I'm very, very excited about that. I've really been wanting to sit down and pick her brain for a long time, so that should be very exciting. That's what's coming up today. Oh, here's a couple other things. Said I wish you could have been in 2 places at once. I understand. I wish you could have recorded so I could watch it. No, you don't want to see me do 45 minutes in front of 6 people. That would be a hard 5-minute tape to watch. Even though it went well and it was fun, if you're not there for the magic, it's just not the same. I know you love local comedy. You are the queen of supporting local comedy as far as I'm concerned. It was great to see you and your family at Comedy Bingo. That was cool. We all got to be together. My son Orion, my daughter Charlotte, my wife Debbie, and Shayna, we all sat together and we all won bingo a couple of times and watched the performers and had a great time. Paul Snyder performed that night. He did wonderful. Another gentleman from out of town whose name escapes me. I think it's Brandon Thompson, something like that. He did a great job. couple others too. And of course, the folks at the improv troupe, Now Are the Foxes, led by the brilliant Cale Evans, did a great job as well. Made my daughter very happy. She's into improv now. We're watching Whose Line Is It Anyway? And she told me she didn't like Whose Line Is It Anyway because it doesn't look like they're making it up. It looks like they wrote it beforehand. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, Paul Snyder's always great. He's on his way straight to the top. Love that guy. All right. All caught up. So keep on thinking of stuff you want to talk about. Let's spin the wheel. All right, prose. Please meet me in the prose library. Let's see. Got something special for you. I was just going through my books last week, and I realized that I haven't really done a lot by female authors, which I would like to, especially female comedians who are my favorite kind of comedian. So this is an excerpt from Bossypants by Tina Fey. I hope you're a Tina Fey fan. If you're not, then you haven't been paying close enough attention. Here we go. All right. This is the story of how, oh, wrong button. We're back. This is the story, oh, wrong button. This is the story of how Tina Fey got her scar from her hit novel, or hit book, Bossypants. My Scar from Bossypants. Oh, let me hit this. During the spring semester of kindergarten, I was slashed in the face by a stranger in the alley behind my house. Don't worry, I'm not going to lay out the grisly details for you like a Sweeps episode of Dateline. I only bring it up to tell you that I'm not going to talk about it. I've always been able to tell a lot about people by whether they ask me about my scar. Most people never ask, but if it comes up naturally somehow and I offer up the story, they are quite interested. Some people are just dumb. Did a cat scratch you? Oh, God bless. Those sweet dum-dums I never mind. Sometimes it is a fun sociology litmus test, like when my friend Ricky asked me, did they ever catch the black guy that did that to you? It was not a black guy, Ricky, and I never said it was. Then there's another sort of person who thinks it makes them seem brave or sensitive or wonderfully direct to ask me about it right away. They ask with quiet, feigned empathy, how'd you get your scar? The grossest move is when they say they're only curious because it's so beautiful. Ugh, disgusting. They might as well walk up and say, may I be amazing at you? To these folks, let me be clear. I'm not interested in acting out a TV movie with you where you befriend a girl with a scar. An Oscar-y Spielberg movie where I play a mean German with a scar? Yes. My whole life, people who ask about my scar within 1 week of knowing me have invariably turned out to be egomaniacs of average intelligence or less. And egomaniacs of average intelligence or less often end up in the field of TV journalism. So, you see, if I tell you the whole story here, then I'll be asked about it over and over by the hosts of Access Movie Town and Entertainment Forever for the rest of my short-lived career. But I will tell you this, my scar was a miniature form of celebrity. Kids knew who I was because of it. Lots of people like to claim that they were there when it happened. I was there. I saw it. Crazy Mike did it. Adults were kind to me because of it. Aunts and family friends gave me Easter candy and oversized Hershey's Kisses long after I was too old for presents. I was made to feel special. What should have shut me down and made me feel less than ended up giving me an inflated sense of self. It wasn't until years later, maybe not until I was writing this book, that I realized people weren't making a fuss over me because I was some incredible beauty or genius. They were making a fuss over me to compensate for my being slashed. I accepted all the attention at face value and proceeded through life as if I really were extraordinary. I guess what I'm saying is, this has all been a wonderful misunderstanding. And I shall keep these Golden Globes, every last one. There you go, folks. Tina Fey. Can't do much better than her. She's brilliant. All right. Oh, hey, here we go. We got a couple of it. Love local comedy. It's great to see you. One of my favorite parts of the show is when I love the framed portrait of Lauren. Yeah, it's a little picture about this big for a drawer. She looks just like my mom. So I put it on the shelf. Debbie took a couple pictures, and it's on our mantle right now. As a matter of fact, Paul Snyder was great. Is always great. What a pro. Now, where the Foxes are hilarious, they're your favorite improv troupe. Always glad to see that. Yeah, Paul said that his Dry Bar special had 990,000 views, and I heckled, as I really shouldn't but cannot help, and said, "Go ahead and round it up to 1,000, boss." Yep, that's exactly it. Yes. Ooh, here's some more. There's some interesting. I like how Now Are the Foxes is fast-paced and gets several suggestions from the audience during their performance rather than just one. Some improv troupes only get one suggestion from the audience, and then they do their whole set based on just one suggestion, whereas Now Are the Foxes have several shorter improv games rather than just one longer game. Sorry, I just said too much about improv. Not at all. I'm interested in improv, and I'm glad you brought that up. There's different schools of thought on improv. There's improv. You're talking about the difference, I think, between short form and long form. Long form, they get one suggestion, maybe two, a place, a job, and they build a scene, and then everything they build from that point on is built on that original scene, built on the two suggestions. Or they could just play games the whole time, sort of, it's more comedy style, sort of Whose Line Is It Anywhere style. And that is the goal, is to get more laughs and to make it more interesting and to make it better live entertaining wise. So, but I know that Now Are the Foxes occasionally they do long forms too. I've seen them do an entire fake play from one suggestion, half an hour. It's really impressive to see. You didn't say too much about improv. I don't know what I said just made sense. Made sense to me. I like shorter improv games. I do too. I prefer games to scenes. Improv scenes are wonderful for the class. It's wonderful to participate and explore, but it's hard for me to enjoy. I gotta stop saying that out loud. All right, let's spin the wheel. All right, Shakespeare. Please, meet me in the Shakespeare Theater, would you? All right, let's start us off with a sonnet, because Dad's not here yet. Probably sleeping still. Let's do sonnet number 41 by William Shakespeare. Those petty wrongs that liberty commits when I am sometime absent from thy heart, thy beauty in thy years full well befits, for still temptation follows where thou art. Gentle thou art, and therefore to be won. Beauteous thou art, therefore to be assailed. And when a woman woos, that woman's son will sourly leave her till she have prevailed. Ay me, but yet thou mightest my seat forbear, and chide thy beauty and thy straying youth, who lead thee in their riot even there, where thou art forced to break a twofold truth. Hers by thy beauty tempting her to thee, thine by thy beauty being false to me. I'm working on a new kind of teleprompter. So I'm still trying to figure out how it works. See, will there be? Will be there tonight for the final show. How exciting. Whoop. I wish Will Spann had been there since he's in that group. Oh, I didn't know he was in that group. Good pick. Good pick. Yeah, I wish he was in every show. He's fantastic. I love Will Spann. He'll be there tonight. Very cool. Hope I didn't sound negative or critiquing. No, it's just different styles. It's about the styles you enjoy. It's not about the groups themselves, I think. It's about what you enjoy as an audience member, and it's certainly valid to say. You're very kind, Shayna. We appreciate you. Let's spin the wheel. Poem. All right, then. All right, I got something special. Meet me at the poetry corner, would you please? Gotta find it. There it is. Dad's here! Yay! Welcome, Dad. Glad to see you. Happy after Halloween and before. Happy November. How about that? Happy November. Glad you're here. How you doing this week, Dad? You okay? Feeling all right? You still sitting around? Ball game this week? Got any visitors? I don't know. We got a lot to catch up on. I tell you what, I'll let you two chat for a minute because I got something special. I want to do something patriotic since we got the election coming up, and I'm trying to remind myself as much as possible that everybody on all sides wants what's best for the country, and we love America. So, five Americas always. All right, I will figure out what that means shortly. Oh, same as always. Now I get it. Yeah, ask Dad about the trick-or-treat. Uh-oh, what? No, plus, don't start doing that crap. All right. Whew. Okay, let's do a long piece. This is Paul Revere's Ride by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Listen, my children, and you shall hear of the midnight ride of Paul Revere. On the 18th of April in 75, hardly a man is now alive who remembers that famous day and year. He said to his friend, "If the British march by land or sea from the town tonight, hang a lantern aloft in the belfry arch of the North Church Tower as a signal light. 1, if by land. 2, if by sea. And I on the opposite shore will be, ready to ride and spread the alarm through every Middlesex village and farm, for the country folk to be up and to arm." Then he said, "Good night," and with muffled oar silently rowed to the Charleston shore, just as the moon rose over the bay where, swinging wide at her moorings, lay the Somerset, British man of war, a phantom ship with each mast and spar across the moon like a prison bar, and a huge black hulk that was magnified by its own reflection in the tide. Meanwhile, his friend, through alley and street, wanders and watches with eager ears, till in the silence around him he hears the muster of men at the barrack door, the sound of arms and the tramp of feet, and the measured tread of the grenadiers marching down to their boats on the shore. Then he climbed to the tower of the church, up the wooden stairs with stealthy tread, to the belfry chamber overhead, and startled the pigeons from their perch on the somber rafters that round him made masses and moving shapes of shade by the trembling ladder steep and tall to the highest window in the wall, where he paused to listen and look down a moment on the roofs of the town and the moonlight flowing over all. Beneath in the churchyard lay the dead in their night encampment on the hill, wrapped in silence so deep and still that he could hear, like a sentinel's tread, the watchful night wind as it went, creeping along from tent to tent, and seeming to whisper, "All is well." A moment only he feels the spell of the place and the hour, and the secret dread of the lonely belfry and the dead, for suddenly all his thoughts are bent on a shadowy something far away, where the river widens to meet the bay, a line of black that bends and floats on the rising tide like a bridge of boats. Meanwhile, impatient to mount and ride, booted and spurred with a heavy stride, on the opposite shore walks Paul Revere, Now he patted his horse's side, now gazed on the landscape far and near. Then impetuous stepped the earth, and turned and tightened his saddle girth. But mostly he watched with eager search the belfry tower of the old North Church as it rose above the graves on the hill, lonely and spectral and somber and still. And lo, as he looks on the belfry's height, a glimmer, and then a gleam of light. He springs to the saddle, the bridle he turns, but lingers and gazes till full on his sight a second lamp in the belfry burns. A hurry of hoofs in the village street, a shape in the moonlight, a bulk in the dark, and beneath, from the pebbles, in passing, a spark, struck out by a speed that flies fearless and fleet. That was all, and yet, through the gloom and the light, the fate of a nation was riding that night. And the spark struck out by that steed in his flight kindled the land into flame with its heat. He had left the village and mounted the steep, and beneath him, tranquil and broad and deep, is the mystic meeting the ocean tides. And under the alders that skirt its edge, now soft on the sand, now loud on the ledge, is heard the tramp of his steed as he rides. It was 12 by the village clock when he crossed the bridge into Medford town. He heard the crowing of the cock and the barking of the farmer's dog, and felt the damp of river fog that rises when the sun goes down. It was 1 by the village clock when he galloped into Lexington. He saw the gilded weathercock swim in the moonlight as he passed, and the meeting-house windows, blank and bare, gaze at him with a spectral glare, as if they already stood aghast at the bloody work they could look upon. It was 2 by the village clock when he came to the bridge in Concord town. He heard the bleating of the flock and the twitter of birds among the trees, and felt the breath of the morning breeze blowing over the meadows brown. And one was safe and asleep in his bed, who at the bridge would be first to fall, who that day would be lying dead, pierced by a British musket ball. You know the rest. In the books you have read how the British regulars fired and fled, how the farmers gave them ball for ball from behind each fence and farmyard wall, chasing the redcoats down the lane, then crossing the fields to emerge again under the trees at the turn of the road, and only pausing to fire and load. So through the night rode Paul Revere, and so through the night went his cry of alarm to every Middlesex village and farm, a cry of defiance and not of fear. A voice in the darkness, a knock at the door, and a word that shall echo forevermore. For borne on the night wind of the past, through all our history, to the last, in the hour of darkness and peril and need, the people will waken and hurry to hear the hurrying of hoofbeats of that steed and the midnight message of Paul Revere. There we go. That was fun. How are we doing? We got no trick-or-treaters this year for Dad. Oh, boy. That's interesting. Why didn't Orion dress up like Bob Ross? Okay, we got questions. Oh, he decided not to. Let's talk about Halloween for a second, and why not? Let me pour some coffee here. We had our Halloween. We all went out together, which was fun. It was just going to be Debbie and Charlotte, but then I said, I want to go too. So I put on my shadow costume, and then Orion said, I want to go too. So he put on one, but then when we got to the street to trick-or-treat, he decided he didn't want to get out of the car. He just stayed in the car. He didn't want to wear makeup. He didn't want to do Bob Ross. He's 15 and decided he didn't want to do anything, so he just sat in the car for half of it. I sat in the car with him for the other half, and we worked on a monologue that he had to do for school. But we still had a good Halloween. I had fun. Thanks for asking. when you say you were dressed like a shadow, wearing all black. No, I'm dressed like the Shadow. The Shadow is a character from an old radio show and a comic book and a movie with Alec Baldwin in the 90s. Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The Shadow knows. The Shadow, you know. Has this been happening a lot? I don't care for this plus sign at all. That screws up the whole video. All right, we'll worry about it. One man sitting in a chair. Nailed it. Old man in a chair. Dad's got that costume on lock. Let's spin the wheel. Oh, Zen Koan. All right. Tell you what, why don't you meet me at the campfire? Yeah, the Shadow doesn't have a funny voice. He has a scary voice. It's scary. It's a scary voice. Old man sitting in a chair. All right. Let's see. We got a Zen Koan. Here we go. This is Zen Koan number 9, Zen Dialogue. Zen teachers train their young pupils to express themselves. 2 Zen temples each had a child protege. One child, going to obtain vegetables each morning, would meet the other on the way. "Where are you going?" asked the one. "I am going wherever my feet go," the other responded. This reply puzzled the first child, who went to his teacher for help. "Tomorrow morning," the teacher told him, "when you meet that little fellow, ask him the same question. He will give you the same answer. And then you ask him, 'Suppose you have no feet, then where are you going?' That will fix him." The children met again the following morning. "Where are you going?" asked the first child. "I am going wherever the wind blows," answered the other. This again nonplussed the youngster, who took his defeat to the teacher. "Ask him where he is going if there is no wind," suggested the teacher. The next day the children met a third time. "Where are you going?" asked the first child. "I am going to the market to buy vegetables," the other replied. Nice. All right. Scary voice. Written all over. There's the plus again. What's going on with that plus? I don't like it. All right. We'll figure it out. Let's spin the wheel. Wisdom. Delightful. Please, meet me. From up on high, we'll lay down some wisdom. Dad wants us to know he's well past needing a pickup line. Good to know. What? No plus? Ixnay. Why is the no plus? I don't understand why that's happening. Okay. We'll figure it out. Anyway, wisdom. I'm very lucky to have some wisdom this week from a comedian, one of my favorites, Stephen Fry. This is wisdom from Stephen Fry on self-pity. Self-pity will destroy relationships. It'll destroy anything that's good. It will fulfill all the prophecies it makes and leave only itself. And it's so simple to imagine that one is hard done by, and that things are unfair, and that one is unappreciated. And that if only one had a chance at this, only one had a chance at that, things would have gone better. You'd be happier if only this, that one is unlucky. All those things. And some of them may very well be true, but to pity oneself as a result of them is to do oneself an enormous disservice. Plus, oh man, what is going on with that? go. We'll fix it. Don't worry. Invisible Johnny. Oh, what evil? Ah, I'm back. What evil works in the... Let's sing it. Let's spin the wheel. Oh, jeez. All right, let's go. Let's hit the acapella library. Oh, boy. Thank you, Shayna. Stephen Fry is a brilliant man. I highly recommend his many, many, many books. Couple of things from Dad here. Do you remind me of a traffic ticket? Because you have fine written all over for you. Okay. Scary voice. Fun, right? A great pickup line. Nice. He was a smooth talker. He still is a smooth talker, just, fewer people. I don't see a plus. There's like a little, the two pause things are showing up here every now and then and interrupting the flow of the video. I am well past the age. What kind of bees give milk? Hey, we know this one. I won't tell her, Dad. You go ahead. You go ahead and tell her I'm going to pick out a song. I have chosen, let's see. Yeah, let's do fun songs first. I am going to do 2 Adam Sandler songs that are very, very short and make me laugh. I hope you enjoy them. This first one, I'll tell you the title after I sing it. This is by Adam Sandler. Oh, cotton candy, making me randy, multicolored lollipop, gobstopper, never stop, Reese's Pieces, Charleston Chew, Butterfingers, Snickers too, Red Atomic Fireball, I wanna eat them all, give me a green Jolly Rancher, eat 'em while I lie in bed, Laffy Taffy Lemon Head, Cadbury Eggs will hatch, Kids from the Sour Patch, Milk Duds and Swedish Fish, Gummy Bears and Licorice, if you got a Kit Kat, I would like a taste of that, the doctor says I got diabetes. That was just for Halloween, and the song's called Diabetes. There you go, didn't want to ruin it for you. This one is called My Uber Driver Smells Bad by Adam Sandler. Uber driver smells bad, Uber driver smells bad. Got a smelly Uber driver smells bad. Got a smelly Uber driver smells bad. He got a free water if you want to drink. You know what else he got? He got a stink. Uber driver smells bad. Got a smelly Uber driver smells bad. Got a smelly Uber driver. Right when I got inside, I was like, uh-oh, this Honda Civic smells just like a butthole. Uber driver smells bad. Got a badly Uber driver smells bad. If I smell like Uber driver, he rocked that Google Maps. He rocked that window tint. One thing he doesn't rock is that deodorant. Uber driver smells bad. Got a smelly Uber driver smells bad. Got a smelly Uber driver. I need the iPhone charge. I pass the cord back. And when you take a bath, scrub the nut sack. I smell like Uber driver smells bad. Got a smelly Uber driver smells bad. I can't believe the smell inside these Uber cars. Oh wait, I shit my pants. I'll give him 5 stars. Give him 5 stars, 'cause I shit my pants. Turns out the smell was me. I'll give him 5 stars. Damn. Nice. That was fun. Boobies. I call them yay bees, 'cause they make me happy. All right. That was fun. Let's spin the wheel. Roses and Thorns. Nice. Meet me in the chat, Shanley. Hi, everybody. Roses and Thorns. For those of you who are watching on YouTube, maybe for the first time, this is a section where we talk about our week, the good things that happened and the bad things that happened. You type yours up in the chat, and I just say mine out here. Let's see. Roses and Thorns. Roses. We saw that big Lauren Ainsley comedy show last week. That was a rose. I did that show with Jason Allen King this week. I did my 45 minutes for 6 people, Dad. You would have been so proud of me. I did the whole show, and it went as well as it possibly could with 6 people. I had fun. Let's see, other roses. Just had breakfast with Debbie Joy this morning, and she is doing a show in December. Oh, Shanna, you'll be excited about this. She's doing a show in December. She's doing chocolate Hot Chocolate and Jokes here at the Comedy Zone again, and I'm helping write and produce it along with some of the people on my team, so I'm pretty excited about that. We'll work on that some today, so that's exciting to know that she's back in to do something. That's a Rose. Thorn, of course. The Rose is, I saw a movie called The Substance. It's awesome. Shayna, you got to check it out when you can. It's you have to buy it right now. It's $20 on the Amazon Prime, but it stars Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley, and it's about a 50-year-old aging actress who takes a drug in the hope to make her younger, and the horrific body horror comedy, not comedy, but the horrific body horror that follows. It's you can't take your eyes off it. Plus, what is that? What is that? Why is that happening? I don't like it. So I'm psyched about that. Boobies, get it? Only 6 people. That's what we had. That's right. I can show you a picture of all 6 of them. I forgot to load it up. That's my bad. Let's see. Thorns. There were only 6 people in the audience. That's a thorn, I guess. The show started late. That's a thorn. I found parking. That's a rose. I was working with Jason Allen King, who, honest to God, is my hero, and I sincerely hope will be a mentor to me in the coming years. And that's always a delight. Proud to see Jason. See other roses. Dinner with the kids. Taking everybody to school. I had father-son breakfast and daddy-daughter breakfast, which is a new tradition on Wednesdays. I'm excited about that. I've been trying to do that a whole lot. You missed the time change again. I figured you did. That's what I figured. Yeah, we've all been there. But let's see. Other roses and thorns. Trying to think of some other movies and stuff I saw, but it's not sticking. You guys see anything interesting? Boobies, 6 people. Change that. Okay. Nothing else. All right. Well, feel free to type in your roses and thorns. I want to know what's going on with you. I'm always curious. Tell me about all the shows you saw, Shayna. I want to have a whole report and we can talk about it, okay? While you're working on that, I'm going to spin the wheel. Nice. Okay. Joke. All right, meet me at the comedy club. Hey. 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 What kind of bees give milk? Boobies. Another one? You got it. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Hey. Did you hear about that cat that ate a lemon? Now it's a sourpuss. That's terrible. Another one? You got it. How do mice floss their teeth? With string cheese. We have fun. All right, let's spin the wheel. Plus, what's up with the plus? Why is that happening? I don't know what to do about that. Yeah, big rose this week. Going to so many comedy shows. I want to hear about all those shows. Meet me at the Monologue. I mean, the theater, would you please? Rose, you went to Mac Summers' comedy dating game show. How was that? I got to do one of those at a different location. I'm curious how it worked there. Thorn didn't make a love connection. I don't believe that. You catch the eye. How could you not find somebody who wants to know who's that lady with the bright red hair? It is so weird, that pausing thing. I don't know what to do about it. Max is awesome. Max is one of my favorites. Max was supposed to be in the Joyful Noise show, but it didn't work out this time. But who was in that show? What stuck out? Who did finally? Give me some details. I'm curious. Meanwhile, I have a monologue that I picked out for you guys. This is, I think, pertinent to what we're going through as a nation right now. We're all a little bit worried about the future. So this is a sermon on doubt, and it's from the play Doubt by John Patrick Shanley. That's John Patrick spelled correctly, Shanley spelled Shanley. What do you do when you're not sure? That's the topic of my sermon today. Weird. Let's try again. What do you do when you're not sure? That's the topic of my sermon today. You look for God's direction and can't find it. Last year, when President Kennedy was assassinated, who among us did not experience the most profound disorientation, despair? What now? Which way? What do I tell my kids? What do I tell myself? It was a time of people sitting together, bound together by a common feeling of hopelessness. But think of that. Your bond with your fellow human beings was your despair. It was a public experience. Together, how much worse is it then for the lone man, the lone woman, stricken by a private calamity? No one knows I'm sick. No one knows I've lost my last real friend. No one knows I've done something wrong. Imagine the isolation. You see the world as through a window. On the one side of the glass, happy, untroubled people. On the other side, you. Something has happened, and you have to carry it, and it's incommunicable. For those so afflicted, only God knows their pain, their secret, the secret of their alienating sorrow. And when such a person, as they must, howls to the sky, to God, help me, what if no answer comes? Silence. I want to tell you a story. A cargo ship sank, and all her crew was drowned. Only this one sailor survived. He made a raft of some spars and, being of a nautical discipline, turned his eyes to the heaven and read the stars. He set a course for his home and, exhausted, fell asleep. Clouds rolled in and blanketed the sky, and for the next 20 nights, as he floated on the vast ocean, he could no longer see the stars. He thought he was on course, but there was no way to be certain. As the days rolled on and he wasted away with fevers and thirst and starvation, he began to have doubts. Had he set his course right? Was he still going on towards his home? Or was he horribly lost and doomed to a terrible death? No way to know. The message of the constellations. Had he imagined it because of his desperate circumstances? Or had he seen truth once and now had to hold on to it without further reassurance? That was his dilemma on a voyage without apparent end. There are those of you in church today who know exactly the crisis of faith I describe. I want to say to you, doubt can be a bond as powerful and sustaining as certainty. When you are lost, you are not alone. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. I love that play, man. I really, really enjoyed Doubt. If you get a chance to check it out, I think it's on Prime now. Just Meryl Streep and Philip Seymour Hoffman just blowing the roof off the place. Incredible to see. Oh, good. We got all kinds of stuff. Thorn, no love connection. That is a bummer. She was dressed like Love is Blind, wearing a big heart and having a stick and sunglasses to make it through like she's blind. That's very funny. DJ said Blake was the hottest pregnant nun you'll ever see. Yeah, well, he's got that going for him. It's a good thing he's out. The pregnant nun thing wouldn't fly at all. Shayna should not get married. She can make dozens of men happy instead of making one man miserable. That's my dad, folks. If it was anybody else, I probably wouldn't let that slide. All right. Ooh, Jacob Manluku. Jacob Manluku was a bush. Hank Silver was a priest. And give them comedy commentary during the game show portion, plus they all did stand-up. That sounds fun. Why are they all priests and nuns? Is that a coincidence, or do they plan it that way, I wonder? And there were 4 couples who played the game, 2 lesbian couples and 2 heterosexual couples. Who won? Who was better at it? I'm interested. Oh, wait, lesbians! That reminds me, I saw my first lesbian movie this week. Not like I've seen, lesbian movies, but, where they're being lesbians actively. But I haven't seen a film that was a really good lesbian story until I saw Drive Away Dolls, which was supposed to be called Drive Away Dykes. It's on Prime. Almost nobody saw it. I found out last week that Zen Koan from the Koan brothers wrote and directed it, so I decided to check it out, and it was delightful. Has Margaret Qualley, has the same lady as from The Substance, who's on her way to being a great big star, or is one now, depending on who you ask, and she was amazing in it. I highly recommend Drive Away Dolls. Check it out. One of the lesbian couples won, as well they should. I think they listen more. Daddy joke. Why don't boxers have sex the night before a fight? Boxers. Oh, good. I was picturing underwear. Boxers. I got you. Well, the correct answer, of course, is dames weaken legs. But let's see what the real answer is. We'll find out soon enough. Let's spin the wheel. Theo will tell us the answer. Worry not. Prose! Meet me in the prose library, huh? Got some more. Got some more George Carlin for you, Dad, because I know how much you enjoy it. So this is, let's see if I can find, there it is, Life's Little Moments. Put my headphones on, by George Carlin. This is stuff about universality, what we all have in common, no matter how you vote. They don't like each other in that way. Don't get it yet, but I'm going to think about it for a second while I do Life's Little Moments by George Carlin. Do you ever look at your watch and immediately forget the time, so you look again? And still, it doesn't register, so you have to look a third time. And then somebody asks you what time it is, and you actually have to look at your watch for the fourth time in 3 minutes? Don't you feel stupid? Do you ever find yourself standing in a room and you can't remember why you went in there? And you think to yourself, well, maybe if I go back where I was, I'll see something that reminds me. Or maybe it would be quicker if I just stand here and hope it comes back to me. Usually as you're weighing those options, 2 words float across your mind. Alzheimer's disease. Do you ever have to sneeze while you're taking a piss? It's frightening. Deep down, you're afraid you'll release all sorts of bodily fluids into your pants. What people don't realize is that it's physically impossible to sneeze while pissing. Your brain won't allow it because your brain knows you might blow your asshole out and wind up having to repaint the entire apartment. Have you ever noticed how sometimes all day Wednesday you keep thinking it's Thursday? Then the next day, when you're back to normal, you wonder, why don't I think it's Friday? Have you ever been sitting on a railroad train in the station and another train is parked right next to you and one of them begins moving, but you can't tell which one? And then it becomes obvious and all the magic is gone? Wouldn't it be nice if we could spend our whole lives not knowing which train was moving? Actually, we do. Do you ever fall asleep in the late afternoon and wake up after dark and for a moment you can't figure out what day it is? You actually find yourself thinking, could this be yesterday? Did you ever tell someone they have a little bit of dirt on their face? They never rub the right spot, do they? They always assume the mirror image and rub the wrong side. Don't you just want to slap the bastard? Have you noticed that when your head is on the pillow, if you close one eye, the pillow is in one position, but then if you switch eyes, the pillow seems to move? Sometimes I lie awake for hours doing that. Do you ever reach the top of a staircase and think there's one more step, so you take one of those big, awkward steps that doesn't accomplish anything, And then you have to do it a few more times so people will think it's something you do all the time. I do this all the time, folks. It's the third stage of syphilis. There you go. All right. See what's going on. Theo, don't see each other in that way. I don't get that joke. I still don't. Daddy joke. Why don't boxers have sex the night before a fight? Theo, they don't like each other. Oh, the two boxers don't have... with each other. I get it now. All right. What's the difference between a poorly dressed man on a bicycle and a well-dressed man on a unicycle? The difference is attire. Nice. Have you ever tried to sneeze and pee at the same time? No, you can't do it. It can't be done. You just have to stop. Your brain says, stop sneezing. We're pissing now, as the fella said. Yeah, no, can't do it. Can't do it. All right, let's spin the wheel. Ooh, Shakespeare. Nice. Meet me at the Shakespeare stage, would you please? Okay, for today's Shakespeare reading, I picked something out of Romeo and Juliet. This is delivered by the friar to Juliet, and I hope you enjoy it. Here we go. This is from Romeo and Juliet, Act 4, Scene 1. Hold. Go home. Be merry. Give consent to marry Paris. Wednesday is tomorrow. Tomorrow night, look that thou lie alone. Let not thy nurse lie with thee in thy chamber. Take thou this vial, being then bed, and this distilled liquor drink thou off. When presently through all thy veins shall run a cold and drowsy humor, for no pulse shall keep his native progress, but surcease, no warmth, no breath shall testify thou livest. The roses in thy lips and cheeks shall fade to paly ashes. Thy eyes' windows fall like death when he shuts up the day of life. Each part, deprived of supple government, shall, stiff and stark and cold, appear like death. And in this borrowed likeness of shrunk death, thou shalt continue 42 hours, and then awake as from a pleasant sleep. Now, when the bridegroom in the morning comes to rouse thee from thy bed, there art thou dead. Then, as the manner of our country is, in thy best robes uncovered on the bier, thou shalt be borne to that same ancient vault, where all the kindred of the Capulets lie. In the meantime, against thou shalt wake, shall Romeo by my letters know our drift, and hither shall he come, and he and I will watch thy waking, and that very night shall Romeo bear thee hence to Mantua. And this shall free thee from this present shame, if no inconstant toy, nor womanish fear, abate thy valor in the acting it. Fun. All right, starting to get the hang of the new teleprompter. I'm having a good time. See. Ooh, here we got some new stuff. All right, let's see. Attire, nice. Gail Murray, she's wonderful. I haven't seen her in months and months and months. I miss her. I hope she's doing well. I went to the show last night and didn't see anybody I know except for Kale. I don't even know what show was last night. Name dropper. Saw Jesse Jones. He's one of the best in town, no doubt. Yeah, well, we're dropping names of friends. I think it's okay. It's only offensive if they're famous, is my understanding. The comedy festival is always so fun. I'm so glad they have you to support them. That's great. Let's spin the wheel. Poem. Nice. Hey, why don't you meet me in the poetry corner? Got some Robert Frost for you, my friends. Hope you enjoy it. This is My November Guest by Robert Frost. Wait, forgot something. Hold on. November Guest, Robert Frost. My sorrow, when she's here with me, thinks these dark days of autumn rain are beautiful as days can be. She loves the bare, the withered tree. She walks the sodden pasture lane. Her pleasure will not let me stay. She talks, and I am fain to list. She's glad the birds are gone away. She's glad her simple worsted gray is silver now with clinging mist. The desolate, deserted trees, the faded earth, the heavy sky, the beauties she so truly sees. She thinks I have no eyes for these and vexes me for reason why. Not yesterday I learned to know the love of bare November days before the coming of the snow, but it were vain to tell her so, and they are better for her praise. Yay, I love Robert Frost. Neighbor across the street bought a house in Tampa last year. Hope they're okay. It's been a tricky year in Tampa, that's for sure. How's the cleanup going down there, Dad? Is everybody all right now? Let's spin the wheel. Ooh, Zen Monologue. All right, Dad. Zen Koan, meet me at the campfire. All right, let's see. One more Zen Koan. See if we can't learn something. There we go. Zen Koan, sorry about the hold-up, folks. Still learning the new system. Zen Koan, the last rap. This is Zen Koan number 90, the last rap. Tengen had studied with Sengai since childhood. When he was 20, he wanted to leave his teacher and visit others for comparative study, but Sengai would not permit this. Every time Tengen suggested it, Sengai would give him a rap on the head. Finally, Tengen asked an elder brother to coax permission from Sengai. This the brother did, and then reported to Tengen, "It is arranged. I have fixed it for you to start on your pilgrimage at once." Tengen went to Sengai to thank him for his permission. The master answered him by giving him another rap. When Tengen related this to his elder brother, the other said, "What is the matter? Sengai has no business giving permission and then changing his mind. I will tell him so." And off he went to see the teacher. "I did not cancel my permission," said Sengai. "I just wish to give him one last smack over the head, for when he returns, he will be enlightened, and I will not be able to reprimand him again." Fun. All right. See what else we got in here. So far, so good. Cleanup's very slow. Glad to hear that. Do you want to do one of those QCC shows today? I think I'm meeting Will for dinner before the 8 p.m. show. Oh, that's so sweet of you. No, I've got the kids tonight. We're getting pizza and get ready for school tomorrow morning, so we're not going out. But thank you so much for inviting me. Tell Will I said hi, and I sincerely hope you enjoy it. Let's see. Have I ever been to Roosters? I have not been to Roosters. I had Roosters, but I've never been to Roosters. Something to think about. All right, let's spin the wheel. Oh, acapella. All right, meet me in the acapella library. All right. I know everybody is stressed out this week because of the election, and worried that everything's going to go wrong and there's going to be fires and deportations and terrible, terrible things, and there may indeed be. But we'll get through it. We'll get through it together. And everything is going to be okay. And that's the name of this song. The song is You'll Be Okay. And it's by great big world. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. The sun will rise to better days, and change will come. It's on its way. Just close your eyes and let it rain, 'cause you're never alone, and I will always be there. Just carry on. Whew. You will understand. Nope, I'm going to cancel that song. We will be doing a live reading. Here we go. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. The sun will rise to better days, and change will come. It's on its way. Just close your eyes and let it rain, 'cause you're never alone, and I will always be there. You just carry on. You'll understand. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. Just look inside, you know? You know the way. Let it go. Fly away and say goodbye to yesterday. 'Cause you're never alone, and I will always be there. Just carry on. You will understand. And I will be strong when love is gone. And I'll carry on. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. The sun will rise to better days. Just close your eyes and let it rain. When you need it the most, and all you've got is a prayer, you must carry on. You will understand. You'll be okay. You'll be okay. All right, I was almost in a fetal position last week, paralyzed in fear. I certainly understand that. But of course I remember my rooster. Yes, Dad, I do. It was Cypro and Bipro. I think Cypro was the rooster and Bipro was the hen. Let's see, trying so hard not to be freaked out. Good for you. It's tricky, but it can be done. I do remember my rooster. I remember being in the fetal position last week. I knew you were having a really bad time, and then I decided I'm going to enjoy this time before like, good for you. Good for you. That's the secret. Go enjoy. You want to go with the DC, all the other things that might burn down. You know, who knows? Shayna voted. That's important to do. I did not vote yet. I'm going to do it on Tuesday, voting day. I didn't know there was early voting. I just wanted to vote on Tuesday. Hoping and praying for the best, aren't we all? Still terrified underneath it all, aren't we all? But it's going to be okay. We've got this. Been through more elections you can think of. First one was Truman. Wow. Okay. Yeah, first one I lived through was Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter was president when I was born and failed to get reelected shortly afterwards. Wow. Well, you've seen a lot of these, Dad. I've only seen, since Reagan is pretty much who I've been watching, I've never seen anybody close to this guy. He's a monster of trouble, and I don't understand why half the country seems to think he's okay. That's the part that bothers me. I don't mind him being him. He's him. He's a jackass. There's jackasses everywhere. Why are people supporting him? Why are people pretending that he's not a jackass? That's the part I don't understand. It's got to be something corrupt and awful, and I don't like it. So I'm trying not to think about it. We'll be okay. Let's spin the wheel. Wait, I think that was it. Let's go to the chat, Shanley, then. How about these new things? I got titles. I'm learning how to use AI. It's pretty exciting. Yeah, I'm going to vote. I'm excited. Anything else going on in your life? Anything else you want to talk about? The kids are healthy. Orion's got a giant head of hair. Charlotte's getting funnier every day. The dogs are pooping about 20% less because I have the door open more often because it's cold outside, and that makes it easy. Yeah, that's the part I don't get. I don't understand. Are people so desperate to be on their dad's side? Like, most people, they vote the way their father voted. That's just the background. And how can they look? Like, I can understand being conservative. I can even understand being Republican 10 years ago. But now it's just, how can you be how can you be part of the team where that's your symbol? It's got to be for money or something, right? It's got to be something weird and selfish. I don't understand it. Nuts. Oh, yeah. And, Dad, I will also point out that that 50% of the United States population is of below average intelligence. That's just science. And I think if you remind yourself of that, it's easy to understand. All right. Here's the key. We're going to get through this thing. It's going to be weird and awkward. And we're going to watch lots of news, and scary things might happen in other places. But if we're in our homes, we should be safe. If we don't go out to protest, we won't get stomped or stampled. And if we need to go out, then protest isn't the way to go. This guy is not going to listen to us protest. So if he wins, we have a whole other set of decisions to make, as far as I'm concerned. All right. But anyway, this is Johnny's happy place. Happy place. What am I doing? It's going to be fine. I think Kamala's going to win. She's going to do a great job. She's going to treat everybody right. And we're going to come together as a nation once again. And I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it. But I got to run. I got a big thing coming up today. I want to thank you very much for watching. And here, let's go back to the talk show desk. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching Johnny's Happy Place. Tune in next Sunday at 11 o'clock for more fun and sharing time with me and my dad here on Johnny's Happy Place. Thanks for watching, Shayna. Thanks for watching, Dad. All the best to everybody. And until next time, remember, the only way to save this country is for all of us to love one another. So, love yourself first. Then, love somebody else. Then, if you can, love everybody. That's what I'm trying to do. Sing along if you know the words, folks. We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep shining through just like you always do, and the blue skies will push the dark clouds far away. And would you please say hello to the folks that I know and tell them I won't be long. You'll be happy to know that as you saw me go, I was singing this song. We'll meet again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Thanks for watching. Until next time, be good, but not too good. Bye-bye.